So much of Christianity, I'm talking about like the basics of living the Christian life, so much of that is really not hard to understand at all. As a matter of fact, even people who are not Christians, they're not believers, they know a lot about the basics of like living as a Christian. They know, like, be loving. They know we're supposed to be kind and patient and forgiving and gracious with each other. For example, here, listen to these verses. This is from the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verses 12 through 14. Since God chose you, talking to believers, to be the holy people he loves, you must clothe yourselves with tender-hearted mercy, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Make allowance for each other's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. Remember, the Lord forgave you, so you must forgive others. Above all, clothe yourselves with love, which binds us all together in perfect harmony. Perfect harmony. That's not, intellectually, that's not complicated to grasp. Not at all. You understand that. I understand that. It's doing it. That's the hard part. I can tell you as a pastor, it's way easier to talk about this stuff than it is to genuinely live this. But we're in an interesting time right now, aren't we? We're in a time when Christians, those of us who are sincere believers, we need to call on God and be open and obedient to the work of the Holy Spirit in our lives. You know, when a crisis comes along, it's just, this is how it is. People sometimes can get a little more testy than usual. They get frightened, they get impatient. And when this happens and we're uncertain and anxious, the tendency is, our tendency is to maybe be a little more selfish. We've seen some of that kind of behavior, right? Yeah, we're not quite as merciful. And so I'm praying, and I hope you will join me, I'm praying that we will all spend a little extra time in prayer and a little extra time with our minds turned toward God. Some of us have some extra time right now. So that these behaviors and these qualities and these attitudes that we all know will become behaviors and qualities and attitudes that we'll all do.